International Conference on African Development 6 today kicked off with Japan committing 1 trillion shillings to Africa's infrastructure development and an extra 80 billion shillings in support of Africa's health. Speaking during the opening session, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe reaffirmed support to infrastructure, health, technology and industries. Joy Dorinbera was there and now reports.
The main session, bringing together heads of state from Africa, policymakers and donors as well as business investors, kicked off Saturday, though side events of the TICAD 6 kicked off 3 days ago. In its 6th session now, and for the first time in Africa, focus was placed on unlocking investment opportunities in health, technology, infrastructure and industry.
First ladies have indicated
This will be championed by 4 African countries: Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa and Egypt.
We have access to the investment and markets of Asia. We are also developing the logistical backbone and training human resource to allow African markets, peoples, and products to trade more profitably with the world. I urge every one of us here to put in place commitments that are unswerving in creating the conditions for this dream to be achieved.
Following the outbreak of Ebola in West Africa in 2014 that left the rest of Africa crippled, the Japanese government has committed $800 million or approximately 80 billion shillings to improving health facilities and lowering the risk of contracting diseases like malaria, tuberculosis, HIV and AIDS through universal health coverage.
We know that the Japanese government is committing resources towards that process. As a country, we have already benefited. The funds we are using within the National Hospital Insurance Fund, the government of Japan through JICA has given us some funding in what we call insurance subsidy scheme, which we put in there, where we have put close to 2 billion shillings to support those people.
While China's presence in Kenya's infrastructure development appears to overshadow Japan's, Japan is now waking up to the realization that it needs Africa now more than ever and has committed 1 trillion shillings through private sector partnerships. This will, for the next 3 years, support African countries in developing connecting networks for Africa to trade better within and outside the continent.
Africa must trade with itself. For Africa to trade with itself, we must have the necessary infrastructure to link people, products, markets with purchasers and the markets. So that realization is what this conference is discussing.
Between 2013 and 2015, Japan official development assistance to Africa totaled $32 billion, with Kenya being the leading recipient of this support in sub-Saharan Africa.
We have to fight the naysayers. Public and private sector investments in infrastructure, universal health coverage, I know we can do it.
As the curtains fall on Sunday, it will be interesting to know the exact amount collectively committed to Kenya in support of her key infrastructure projects. Joy Dorinbera, KTN News.